Hi guys, I hope you're well and welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be making cornflake tart, which is literally like everyone's old school memory. So let's get started. To begin the process of making the cornflake tart, I'm going to start by using shop-bought shortcrust pastry. This is ready rolled and it's really easy, and sometimes you might even have it in your freezer, so it's great. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a 22 centimetre tin, and I actually bought this because it's got holes in the bottom, so I thought it might bake through easily, but again, just use anything you have at home. So what I'm going to do is, you might need some flour. I'm just going to lightly dust my surface. And roll my pastry out. I'll just flip that and peel away the parchment. I might need to roll this out or just stretch it slightly to make sure that it fits my tin, which I think it will. And then I'm just going to flip this over, bring my tin across and lay it in. And now what you want to do is press in to make sure. You might need to lift up one side, but just make sure that everything is pressed down and sort of touching the base tin. You might need to give your fingers a bit of a push down here just to make sure you are getting into all of the grooves. You do want some excess, so I'm only going to cut away a little bit. And with this excess, you can literally roll it up and put it into another tin and make more. So as you can see here, I've just left a little bit hanging over, and once I've baked this, I'm going to cut that off. So I'll just finish cutting here. And now I'll put this to one side. And I've already cut out some parchment, so I'm going to lay that over the top and just place that like that. And then you need some baking beads. And these just add weight to the parchment and allow you to bake your shortcrust pastry. So I'll pour that in, and now I'm literally just going to push it all and spread it out evenly. So then all the sides and everything can get baked evenly. And now I'm going to put this in the oven for 15 minutes and let it bake on 160 degrees. I've taken the shortcrust pastry out of the oven now, so I baked it for about 17 minutes in fact, so I would definitely recommend that. You just might need to pull your parchment and your baking beads away just to make sure, but I'm going to let this cool down now, and then I will remove the baking beads and remove the parchment. And then once it's fully cooled, I'll add jam. But in the meantime, I'm now actually going to start on the cornflake filling. So I've got a deep pan here, and I'm going to start by adding some butter. This is 50 grams of butter. You can use salted or unsalted. You are actually adding a pinch of salt, so you can use unsalted, that's fine. So I'm going to wait for that to melt a little bit. Now that my butter's melted, I'm going to add 25 grams of soft light brown sugar. Just give that a little bit of a stir. You might have a few lumps in there which you want to sort of push out. And then I'm going to add 130 grams of cornflakes. I've got 125 grams of golden syrup. And then you've just got a pinch of salt. So I'm going to add that in. And now I'm just going to mix that all together. And you want to make sure that your cornflakes are all sort of coated. And then you know that that's ready. I've got all my cornflakes properly coated now, so I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. I've turned the gas off. So now I've got my shortcrust pastry, and this has cooled down slightly. My beads are still hot, but I'm going to lift up my parchment and just place it into a bowl. And as you can see, it's quite golden and it's nice and hard. You can either trim off your edges. I'm not going to. It's nice and rustic and we're only going to eat it at home. But if you've got lots of excess, you can cut that off, that's no problem. So now I've got this, I'm literally just going to put some jam down and just sort of even it out. You can be as generous as you want with the jam. You can use raspberry jam or strawberry jam, it's totally up to you. And that's it. And now all I'm going to do is just put the cornflake mixture on top and press it down. And I know it looks like a lot, but that's what my dad's requested. And also, you can just pack it down. So I'll just get the rest of it in there. And now I'm just going to use the back end of a spoon to push it all down. And that is literally that. Now I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes and then it will be ready. So now the cornflake tart is completely finished and it looks delicious. It's cooled down for about 20 minutes and now I'm just going to move it over to a plate. So I'm just going to lift it up and be really careful. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I really hope you guys can find the ingredients to make this at home. And if you do, then please do tag me and share it online so I can have a look.